Hello, Dostoevsky lovers, it's me, Patrick Bergman. It's time for the last part of the whole epic novel, the epilogue, and to celebrate, I brought this gold medal for us all to enjoy this. Now, some at least of the ends of the whole novel, they are trying to find a way forward and land somewhere, only in 3 chapters. Let's see what happens.
The storm quiets, passions subside as we emerge into gentler rain. Now absolution stirs where hatred festered, bonds knitting stronger for the fray. No redemption comes unmarred, yet wisps of grace drift on the breeze. Let us proceed in reverent steps to witness reconciliations blooming amid the wreckage, fragile yet resilient. For enduring hope springs from suffering transformed through compassion's alchemy. Alexei visits Katerina Ivanovna 5 days after Dmitri's trial in the same room where she had previously received Grushenka. Ivan, who is suffering from a fever and unconscious, is in the adjoining room, receiving treatment from Varvinksi and Herzenstube. However, his chances of recovery seem slim. Katerina Ivanovna discloses to Alexei that Ivan had devised a plan for Dmitri's escape, and she plans to reveal the details of the scheme. When Ivan initially informed her about this plan, she got agitated, mainly due to the prospect of Dmitri escaping with Grushenka. Yet Ivan persisted and left her a sealed envelope detailing the escape, along with 10,000 rubles to facilitate the plan, almost as if he anticipated his illness. Katerina Ivanovna criticizes her own character, fearing that Ivan, like Dmitri, might leave her for someone easier. She admits that she had tried to convince Ivan of Dmitri's guilt in their father's murder out of jealousy and anger, making her feel responsible for the ensuing events. Katerina Ivanovna's remorse for her betrayal of Dmitri is evident, even though she's confident that Dmitri will accept the escape plan and that Ivan will manage the details upon recovering. Alexei informs Katerina Ivanovna about Dmitri's request to see her. Initially resistant, she eventually agrees to meet Dmitri after Alexei convinces her it won't take much time and assures her he will inform Dmitri of her upcoming visit. However, she prefers that Dmitri not be informed beforehand of her agreement to the visit. Ivan's deteriorating health symbolizes his descent into a state of despair and guilt. Despite his intellect, which is his most treasured attribute, he is unable to save either his brother or himself. His tragic situation is poignant, reflecting the dire consequences of internal conflict and guilt. The envelope, recurring as a secretive symbol, again comes into play as it contains Ivan's detailed plan for Dmitri's escape. It further signifies Katerina Ivanovna's shift from jealousy to a renewed focus on Dmitri's welfare, a transformation born out of her remorse for her previous actions. Katerina Ivanovna's remorse over her testimony against Dmitri in court fuels her obsession with the idea of Dmitri leaving her for Grushenka. This fixation stems from her feelings of unworthiness. However, to avoid dwelling on her guilt, she focuses on Ivan's recovery and Dmitri's escape plan, seeing these plans as potential means of redemption. Katerina Ivanovna uses Ivan's illness as an excuse to evade confronting Dmitri and her guilt. She appears to want her visit to Dmitri to be a surprise, possibly fearing that he may reject even the idea of the visit, further highlighting her deep-seated feelings of guilt and her struggle to face the consequences of her actions. Dmitri's nervous fever reflects his internal emotional turmoil following the verdict. His deteriorating health mirrors the severity of his guilt and fear, with assurances from Alexei about Katerina Ivanovna's visit and her readiness to arrange his escape, providing a glimmer of hope amidst the despair. Dmitri's desperate expression of love for Grushenka illustrates his emotional vulnerability and dependence on her. His plans to escape with her, learn English, become an American citizen, and eventually return to Russia reflect his yearning for freedom, change, and his enduring love for his homeland. Katerina Ivanovna's surprise appearance and her confession of having falsely accused Dmitri due to her own hatred signify a turning point in their relationship. Her desire for them to care for each other despite their past complications shows remorse and a desire for redemption. Grushenka's entrance and her accusation of herself and Katerina Ivanovna as wicked underscore the moral complexities and self-awareness resulting from their actions. Her departure, followed by Katerina Ivanovna's, further underlines the strained dynamics in their relationships with Dmitri. Katerina Ivanovna's pledge to support Ilyusha's family financially signifies her continued efforts to atone for her past actions. Her desire to make amends and her struggle to find redemption amid the turmoil shed light on her journey of self-realization and growth. Nervous fever, a common illness in 19th century literature that could indicate psychosomatic illness or typhoid fever, showcases Dmitri's heightened stress levels. His anticipation of Katerina Ivanovna's visit and his conviction that she'll help him escape demonstrate the complex interplay of guilt, obligation, and expectation in their relationship. The past love triangle appears to have reached a resolution, with Dmitri and Grushenka forming a couple, while still recognizing the crucial role Katerina Ivanovna plays in Dmitri's escape plan. This arrangement reflects a matured understanding of their complicated relationships, shaped by love, duty, and shared experiences. Dmitri's aspiration to start afresh in America reflects the common narrative of outcasts seeking refuge in new lands for reinvention. His declaration to return as an American citizen denotes his longing to escape his criminal past and acquire a new, respectable identity, reflecting the power of hope amidst dire circumstances. The final intimate encounter between Katerina Ivanovna and Dmitri reveals their lingering emotional connection, albeit marred by past hurts. Katerina Ivanovna's desire to remain significant in Dmitri's memory suggests her need for validation and fear of insignificance, further complicating their already fraught relationship. Grushenka's persisting resentment towards Katerina Ivanovna, whom she blames for Dmitri's imprisonment, exemplifies internalized misogyny. While Katerina Ivanovna's actions may have contributed to the circumstances, the overwhelming evidence against Dmitri indicates a broader narrative of blame and responsibility that transcends individual actions. Alexei arrives late for Ilyusha's funeral, missing the procession to the church. Upon his arrival, he is questioned by Kolya Krasotkin about Dmitri's innocence or guilt, to which he steadfastly asserts Smerdyakov as the true culprit. This moment further exemplifies Alexei's unwavering belief in his brother's innocence. Inside the room with Ilyusha's blue coffin, the sight of emaciated Ilyusha elicits sorrow, while Captain Snegiryov's animated demeanor reflects his emotional turmoil. Despite the captain's desire for Ilyusha to be buried by the family stone, he yields to others' wishes, showing the struggle of a father who is unable to fulfill his son's last wishes. The procession to the church is marked by Captain Snegiryov's poignant commitment to crumble bread on Ilyusha's coffin daily for the birds, as per Ilyusha's wish. This simple yet profound ritual symbolizes his enduring bond with his deceased son, and his determination to keep Ilyusha's memory alive. Captain Snegiryov's grief is palpable during the funeral service, with his emotional outburst and desperation to cling to Ilyusha's coffin painting a heartbreaking picture. The boys' collective tears and their effort to prevent the captain from falling into the grave depict a communal sense of grief and loss. Post the funeral, Alexei's heartfelt speech to the boys emphasizes the importance of remembering Ilyusha's bravery and honesty. His encouragement to hold on to good childhood memories underscores the strength of positive reminiscences. As the boys express their love for Alexei and raise a cheer for Karamazov, it suggests a moment of unity and shared respect, symbolizing a hopeful conclusion to the story. Both Dmitri and Ilyusha serve as sacrifices in the narrative, Dmitri for truth and Ilyusha for innocence. Dmitri's false imprisonment underscores the importance of truth-seeking, while Ilyusha's brave fight against death emphasizes the value of instilling honor and truth in young minds. Ilyusha's description as a wizened old man signifies the premature maturity that life's hardships forced upon him. The captain's resistance to a church burial may reflect a preference for family proximity in death, or perhaps a latent resentment towards the church. The use of bread in the funeral is a potent symbol, reminiscent of the Eucharist and Christ's request to be remembered through it. Ilyusha's similar request signifies his spiritual depth and the bonding of Alexei, Kolya, and the other boys in shared remembrance. The liturgy's calming effect on the captain likely stems from its communal and repentant nature, providing distraction from his son's suffering and death. Kolya's departure, on the other hand, illustrates his inability to confront the overwhelming family sorrow and loss of emotional control. The boys forming a de facto family around Alexei underscore his role as an elder brother and guide, much like Zosima before him. Alexei's speech, while resonating with Zosima's values of humanity and brotherhood, uniquely encourages the boys to associate Ilyusha's greatness with their own. However, the conclusion remains ambiguous, leaving Dmitri's escape, Ivan's health, and Alexei's transitional life phase unresolved. As we close this journey into the intricate world of the brothers Karamazov, we are left not just with the memories of a powerful narrative, but with the essence of timeless wisdom, deeply woven into our beings. Dostoevsky, through this masterpiece, shows us the vast spectrum of human emotions, conditions, and moral dilemmas. We see ourselves in the flawed yet earnest characters, in Dmitri's passion, Ivan's intellect, and Alexei's devotion. We recognize our own battles with faith, morality, and the complexities of love and hate, reflecting the timeless question of what it means to be human. In Ivan's struggle with faith, we see our own moments of doubt and disbelief, yet in Alexei's unwavering devotion, we witness the potential of unconditional love and forgiveness, a beacon guiding us through the tumultuous seas of skepticism. Fyodor's life serves as a stark reminder of the emptiness of selfish pursuits, encouraging us to seek meaning beyond material wealth. Sophia and Adelaida, though physically absent, echo through their sons, teaching us that our actions and experiences continue to influence generations beyond our own. At its heart, The Brothers Karamazov is a plea for empathy, a testament to the power of understanding and compassion in a divided world. It is an invitation to embrace our shared humanity, with all its flaws and contradictions, and to seek the divine in the most mundane of moments. In this exploration, we've not just read a novel, we have delved into life's deepest questions. Our hearts have been stirred and our perspectives broadened. Each character, each narrative twist, each philosophical dialogue prompts us to reflect, reconsider, and reimagine our own paths. As we leave the world of the Karamazovs behind, we carry forward invaluable insights about love, faith, suffering, and redemption. We've been challenged to look inward, to confront our own demons, to understand others, and to contribute positively to the world. And through this process, we realize that our journey with the brothers Karamazov is, in fact, a profound journey into the depths of our own souls. So let us reflect on these lessons, apply them in our lives, and continue to engage with literature that shakes us, shapes us, and ultimately makes us more human. For in the end, the time spent in the world of the brothers Karamazov was truly worth every moment. In the concluding shades of our narrative, marked by profound moral quests and echoing dilemmas, we seek illumination from existentialist philosopher Albert Camus and political theorist Hannah Arendt. Reflecting on Dmitri's passions, Ivan's philosophical torment, and Alyosha's spiritual pursuits, what profound truths do you discern?
Dmitri's inner turbulence, oscillating between faith, morality, and raw passion, captures the essence of our own existential confrontation with the absurd. His yearning for purpose amidst chaos resonates with our collective search for meaning. Ivan, with his anguished questioning of God and suffering, embodies the torment of seeking clarity in a universe that seems indifferent.
The tensions between Dmitri and his father Fyodor, particularly over matters of wealth and morality, epitomize the delicate balance between personal choices and their broader ramifications. Their decisions, reverberating through the community, emphasize the intricate dance between individual actions and societal consequences.
In Alyosha's spiritual voyages, Zosima's teachings of love, and the community's intertwining destinies, what enduring wisdom do you believe the reader should carry forward?
Alyosha's quest, immersed in the monastery's embrace and beyond, symbolizes the relentless human pursuit for authenticity and understanding. Even amidst life's cacophonies, it's a reminder of the solace we find in affirming our existence, seeking our own truths.
Zosima's profound emphasis on active love and the tapestry of collective responsibility shines a light on our role in shaping the world. Our choices, intentional or inadvertent, carve paths not just for ourselves, but for the world we inhabit.
Amidst these moral mazes and the cascading choices of our protagonists, where do you perceive the hopeful horizons?
The very struggles, the agonies of characters like Dmitri and Ivan, underscore the luminous potential of the human spirit to rise, to seek, and to find fragments of meaning even in the depths of despair.
And in the intertwined destinies of the community, in Zosima's wise words and Alyosha's journey, we're reminded of the eternal promise of renewal. A world where love, understanding, and responsibility converge is always within reach.
Through the prism of Dostoevsky's characters, our tale unfurls profound philosophical and societal ruminations, gifting us an invitation for introspection. Your insights, Mr. Camus and Miss Arendt, have added invaluable layers of understanding. Even confined, Dmitri's spirit roams restless as the Russian grassland, tugged by contradictions. His life embodies humanity's complex dance between nobility and baseness. Though falsely accused, he recognizes truth in the charges, having long wavered between love's grace and sensuality's call. His fury's cooled. Past tumults now inspire self-reflection. Injustice spurs an awakening, to serve as conscience's champion, no longer slave to each whim's demand. Through this crucible, compassion emerges forged and refined. Dmitri accepts unflinching judgment from the harshest tribunal of all, within. Their wrath is transformed to wisdom, his warring soul cleansed towards wholeness. As passion's restless waves subside, his gaze clears to discern life's meaning in subtle moments of connection. A higher love now guides him, lit from within, lighting the way to redemption. Gone is the capricious temptress, adept at cunning games, now emerged a woman centered by love's steady compass. Grushenka sees clear at last, her coquettish manipulations dispelled by commitment's light. No longer defined by fleeting passions, her loyalty stands firm, devoted companion on Dmitri's grim road. Through quiet sacrifice her soul grows deep, willing to relinquish home and future for the promise of freedom together. This flowering reveals who she was meant to be all along. A romantic spirit, sensuous yet serious, playful but purposeful when inspired by true affection. Her multifaceted nature, once fragmented, now merges into wisdom. Past and present merge in her, an intricate tapestry of light and shadow, woven by time's patient hands into new design. As fierce love guides her steps into unknown vistas, Grushenka leaves behind shallow pools, immersed at last in life's deepest wellsprings. Katerina's cold pride thaws as she cares for ailing Ivan, hinting at a shift within. No more does she view suffering as a badge of honor. Now warmth stirs in simple affections. Her heart opened, she forgives Dmitri, their grievances cleared at last. Both emerged from anguish transformed, capable of finding fulfillment beyond past constraints. Yet shadows remain in proud Grushenka, who cannot yet absolve Katerina's perceived sins. But goodness need not be perfected to shine light. As Katerina releases rigid ideals, she embraces life's contradictions and textures. Each moment glistens anew with possibility and meaning. So emerges a woman able to nurture long-buried joys, walking the path of honesty, free to seek her own happiness. The future awaits, tranquil yet alive with hope. Here is an attempt to understand who murdered Father Fyodor and why. The murder transpires late in the evening during Chapter 7 of Book 8, the first and rightful one. This chapter is played out at Mokroe with Mitya, Grushenka, and others, but opens the door to the real killer. Smerdyakov, the servant, meticulously orchestrates and executes the murder of Fyodor, while the latter's sons, Ivan and Dmitri, have alibis, placing them away from the scene. Fyodor anticipates a visit from Grushenka and establishes secret knock signals for her entry. Smerdyakov exploits this knowledge, employing the same knocks to deceive Fyodor into believing Grushenka has arrived, thereby making Fyodor vulnerable. The actual event of Fyodor's murder occurs off-screen, with the specific details of the act obscured. However, the narrative strongly implicates Smerdyakov as the one who carries out the deed, especially since he admits to murdering Fyodor when talking to Ivan in Book 11. Smerdyakov's motivations are multifaceted. While access to inheritance is a motivator, so are his deep-seated resentment towards Fyodor, subtle encouragement from Ivan through their discussions, and his intrinsic manipulative and malicious tendencies. Smerdyakov strategically leaves behind evidence that implicates Dmitri, effectively making him the prime suspect. Dmitri's erratic behavior on the night of the murder, coupled with the discovery of bloody evidence on his person, further point to his guilt, deflecting suspicion from Smerdyakov. The discovery of Fyodor's death and Dmitri's subsequent arrest unfold in Chapter 8, bringing the murder to light and setting the stage for the ensuing drama and investigation in the novel. Let us hear what some existentialists might have said about the epilogue. In the novel, the characters find themselves thrown into particular life circumstances beyond their control. The epilogue can be understood as a moment where the characters come to terms with their thrownness and attempt to create meaning despite these limitations. De Beauvoir could examine Dmitri's plan for a new life and eventual return to Russia in spite of its apparent betrayal, as an expression of human freedom and ambiguity. His actions may demonstrate the balance between personal desires and ethical responsibilities in our dealings with others. Levinas might view Katerina and Grushenka's encounter in the prison as a powerful example of facing the face of the other. Their reconciliation, despite previous enmities, illustrates the ethical demands imposed by recognizing another person, encouraging forgiveness and dialogue. Sartre could interpret Alyosha's motivational speech to the boys as an effort to guide them toward an authentic life, encouraging them to shape their own essence through deliberate, self-defining choices, at the core of Sartre's existentialist philosophy. Anxiety can be observed in the characters' struggles to navigate complex moral and emotional dilemmas, such as Dmitri's escape plan and Alyosha's involvement. In the epilogue, as the characters grapple with uncertainty and choose their paths, they confront existential anxiety and demonstrate Kierkegaard's notion that experiencing anxiety is an essential aspect of human existence. Merleau-Ponty could concentrate on Dmitri's desire for suffering and repentance as a path to authentic existence. This physical experience may reveal the inherent connection between our bodies and our sense of self, a key emphasis in Merleau-Ponty's philosophy. And now let us see how some ideas in John Vervaeke's Awakening from the Meaning Crisis can help us understand the epilogue of the brothers Karamazov. The redemption and atonement sought by Dmitri and other characters in the epilogue correspond to the existential self's need for purpose and meaning as mentioned in Dowley's exploration of Jung and Tillich's works. Here, the character's ultimate concern seems to be for repentance, forgiveness, and personal growth. In everyday language, this could mean that people, like Dmitri, Ivan, and Alyosha, often grapple with their past actions and seek ways to rectify or learn from their mistakes. The epilogue touches on the impact of revelations, Dmitri's desire to repent, Katerina's plans for Dmitri's escape, that shift characters' perspectives, resonating with the discussed method of correlation in the episode. In essence, these events and revelations in the epilogue transform characters and their situations, reinforcing the notion that our perceptions and decisions can change based on new information. Dmitri's decision to escape, but also his aspiration to return to Russia, can be seen as his sacred self, guiding him towards growth and fulfillment, which aligns with Tillich's notion discussed in the episode. Simply put, Despite Dmitri's flawed past, he harbors a desire for redemption and return, indicating his will to improve himself. Dmitri's desire to begin a new life abroad and his intent to return to Russia one day could be considered his own process of individuation, aiming towards a more God-ordered existence. This essentially means that Dmitri is trying to change and grow as an individual, seeking a life path that would align more with his own moral or spiritual compass. Alyosha's discourse with the children after Ilyusha's funeral and his influence on them mirror Barfield's idea of the transformative potential of words. The dual meaning here is the literal comfort and guidance Alyosha provides, and the broader symbolic hope for a more compassionate and moral future generation. Alyosha's role in encouraging the children to remember Ilyusha and incorporate his virtues into their lives, Katerina's and Dmitri's decisions to forgive, and Dmitri's desire to atone echo the idea of participatory creativity. They are actively creating new meanings and directions in their lives. This means that they are not passively accepting their circumstances, but instead they are taking active steps to shape their lives and those around them. In summary, the characters' struggles, personal growth, and hopes for redemption in the epilogue reflect various existential concepts outlined in John's material. The epilogue underscores the idea that individuals, through their actions and decisions, can transform their lives and contribute to a more hopeful and better society.
Yes! You did it! You have now gone through the whole book of the brothers Karamazov. Congratulations! Very well done. It's a book that many wish or think they should read. But now you have done it. Congratulations. There's been a lot to learn along the way, and I thank you for joining me in this journey. I have learned as much as you in plowing through all these pages and chapters and people and thoughts and ideas and feelings, and it's been really great. So thank you again. I will see you in the next book. I think it will be Crime and Punishment. It's way easier than this. Take care.